right, Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I got to give all thanks and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wa Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth. To the rest of the church who believe as well, you men who may not be teachers or prophets, to you women, sons, and daughters as well, okay? And the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 5. For this ye know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man, who is an adulterer, hath an inheritance in the kingdom of Mashiach and of God. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. So don't be deceived by these false prophets. Don't let somebody tell you, that's not true. You don't have to worry about that. He's just being a fear monger. He's just trying to sell you fear. Well, if that's the case, I'll be that. But just know that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has risen up prophets, has risen up men to come out here and to bring out this word, whether you hear, whether you don't hear. Okay? You have a lot of men telling you anyone could be saved. You have people telling you this is about everybody. This is about whoever just feels like on their own time, when they're good and ready, they can come and serve the Lord when they're ready. That's not how this works. Okay? Those are vain words. And so forth. Let no man deceive you with vain words, for because of these things cometh the wrath of God upon the children of disobedience. Be not ye therefore partakers with them. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as the children of light. So at one time, we were just like the majority of our people. We were in darkness. We were lost. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has had mercy upon a sect of Israel known as the elect. And I hope and I pray that I'm a part of that. Okay? When you're in the world, when you don't have this truth, you are in darkness. And the brothers that you see coming out here, bringing out this word, the reason being is because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has called us into his marvelous light. He put his word inside of us. All right? So all you scoffers, all you people talking your madness, I'm trying not to use so-called profanity as the world will call it. Okay? Not that I care, but I just try to be balanced. You know? So if I do end up saying a harsh word, get over it or go under it. I don't care. Okay? Let no man, now let me jump down. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as the children of the light. So at one time we were in darkness. At one time we were lost, but now we're in the truth. So if someone tries to come up and say, didn't you used to do this? Didn't you used to do that? These things may be true. But guess what? The Lord has severed certain Israelites to come out of this world, man, and to serve him. He will put that light, put the word within them. So we have to show ourselves as the children of light. Okay? Walk as children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth. Because a man will be known by the fruit of his lips. A tree may be known by its fruit, whether it's good or evil. So if a man comes out here and he's speaking vain words, you know that man is in darkness. But a man who's bringing out the word, who comes out here and he speaks in great boldness, you know that the light is in him. Okay? So let's go forward. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. So you are to separate from this world. You are not supposed to be like the people of darkness, the people of disobedience. Because if you walk with them, you will be destroyed with them as well. Okay? The Lord is calling us to be separate from this world. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. So there's so many wicked things that we don't even know about. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai knows. Why? Because he sees all. He's the all-seeing power. And that's what these heathen don't understand. They put that all-seeing eye on the dollar bill like the false idol, the fake non-existent God named Horus. Being the all-seeing God, that's fake. The all-seeing power is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And he knows about all the unfruitful works of darkness that are done behind the scenes, man. There's a lot of people who drive by us when we're out here teaching. You'd be surprised all the evil things that they're involved in, man. You wouldn't even know because they do their best to keep it a secret. All right? But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. And we are the children of light, and we're the ones coming out here and exposing the wickedness of this world through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, not on our own strength or our own ability. Okay? Wherefore, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach shall give thee light. So our light comes from Yahushai, which is this word, man. We've been enlightened by the word. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. And doing that, you're not supposed to have fellowship with the people of this world. Now, we understand we have to go to work. You know, you may have a business, okay? But what that's saying is, the beliefs that these people have, you should not be with them, man. You shouldn't be kicking it with men who out here intentionally popping men's wives, serving different gods, okay? You're supposed to be with the men of the Lord. And if you're not with the men of the Lord, you got to be in solitude, man. You got to learn how to be alone, okay? Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is not dealing with those who have fellowship with darkness, man. You kicking it with these wicked people, that's like saying you down with them, okay? If you see a straight male and he's kicking it with a bunch of sodomites, you got to question that guy. Why would you be kicking it with them if you're not with them, man? It's because you're really with them, that's why. So our people who claim to be in this truth, but you still have fellowship with those of this world, you still buddy-buddy with your favorite cousin, who you know is a known adulterer, okay? You still out here buddy-buddy with your old best friend in the world, and you know he's an active gang member. The Lord can kill you for that, man. You're supposed to be wiser than that. You're supposed to be separated from this world, okay? Let's go forward. This is the book of Isaiah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. This word is the light. So if you're not speaking according to this truth, the light is not in you, man. Which means you have nothing to do with this, which means you have nothing to do with us, man. If you're not about Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, you are outsider, man. That's why you see me coming out here teaching alone, because I stand alone. There's brothers out here, okay? But in this vicinity where I am, there ain't no brothers, man, so I'll be alone. And I'm cool with that, all right? When you're in this truth, you gotta value your time, man. A person who doesn't value themselves or their time, they give themselves over to everybody, man. You wanna give yourself over to like-minded people if you hold yourself valuable. Other words, you ain't nothing, you're just as them, all right? And if they ain't speaking according to this word, it's because the word ain't in them. Why? Because they're in darkness. The word is the light, okay? Let's go to James. And if they ain't got the light in them, that's because they are of this world. This is the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses. And man, this is a generation of adulterers and adulterers, okay? Spiritual adultery too, because when you Israelite men serve idols, that's spiritually adultery against the Lord. When your man is serving an idol, that's the only way that your husband, talking to you women, that's the only way that your husband can quote unquote cheat. The only way your husband can quote unquote cheat or commit adultery is to commit adultery on the Most High and his son by serving idols, okay? And our people are out here committing adultery because they're actively sleeping with women knowing they have men. And then we're committing adultery because most women are not virgins who are of age, man. So you get with a woman, she's already been popped, and unless her husband before you has died, that's adultery, man. All right, but nevertheless, let's keep reading. James 4 and 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. So what do you got to say about that? And this scripture kills that doctrine that this world tries to bring out with John 3 and 16, how Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, came for the whole world, as in every single person on the planet. That's not what that means. There's a certain world who the Lord is dealing with, and that's the world of Israel, but within that world is the elect of Israel, okay? Being a friend of this world, being a friend with wicked Israelites, being a friend with the heathen, being a friend with those who are on the outside of the believers, you going off, man. You really showing that you an enemy of the Lord. And you got to scratch your head with somebody who's constantly with a group of adulterers, a group of idolaters, a group of sodomites, man, a group of witches, okay? You got to question somebody like that. If you in the spirit of the Lord, why would you want to? Okay? Let's go forward. Read this again. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? So to be a friend of this world, you are an enemy to the Most High and his son. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. Anyone who agrees with wickedness, you a friend of this world. If you call an evil good and good evil, you're a friend of this world. If you say, well, I'm not down for it, as long as, you know, it doesn't affect me, I'm cool. You of this world, you an enemy of the Lord, all right? It's just like that. 2 Corinthians. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, which is the light, It is hid to them that are lost. Why? Because they are in darkness. Why are they in darkness? Verse 4. In whom the God of this world, who's the God of this world? According to Job 9:24, this world has been given over into the hands of the wicked. And we know according to the book of Malachi, the wicked is Esau, Edom. Okay, so the God of this world is the so-called white man. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. Why? Because they're in darkness. They're outsiders. Lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. And if it shines unto them, they will be transformed into children of light. But the Lord don't want that, man. The Lord is going to destroy the majority of our people. Okay? So if you are a friend of this world, you are an enemy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is the book of Isaiah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31 and verse 1. Woe to them, speaking to you wicked Israelites. Woe to them, speaking to you Israelites who've been blinded by the God of this world. Woe to them who go down to Egypt for help. The modern day Egyptian is Esau. One thing about Esau, he tries to take over other people's customs and cultures while trying to flee away from who they really are, being Esau. Esau is everybody under the sun except for Esau. Now, if that ain't weird, and if that don't show you who Esau is, I don't know what to tell you. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. And you have a lot of our people, they trust in the so-called U.S. military. They looking at the U.S. military like it can't be brought down. Putting their faith in the so-called white man system. Okay? Putting their faith in the gun. Because you're carnal. You're not spiritual. You're cursed if that's how you live. Why? Because you've been blinded by the God of this world. And stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. You have our people putting faith in the so-called U.S. military, but they're not putting faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Who am I speaking to? I'm speaking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who look like these other nations as well. If this message hits your spirit, if you believe you're an Israelite, don't let no one tell you different. Okay? Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to destroy the house of evildoers, being you Edomites, okay? And the rest of you Israelites and you heathen who help to further their agenda. Okay? You're going to be brought down right along with them. And one thing about our people, they never want to acknowledge the prophets. They always want to be a part of this world. Let's go to the book of 2 Maccabees and the Apocrypha, which is still in the Bible. This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4, Second Maccabees chapter 4 and 15. Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all. So our people, instead of honoring the customs of our forefathers, being the Israelites, our people, even unto this day, want to be like the heathen, starting with Esau, Edom. Okay, our people think dressing how Kevin Samuels used to dress when he was alive in his body, wearing that suit and tie, which is nothing but a cock around your neck. Let's just be honest, man. It's nothing more than a rod around a man's neck but then he walks around like he's masculine with a damn rod on his chest, man. Okay? There ain't nothing masculine about that. But see, the thing is, our people follow after the customs of the heathen and not after the customs of our forefathers. It's been like that going all the way back to the old times, man, the old days, thousands of years ago, even up until now. Okay? Not setting by the honors of their fathers, because it's an honor being an Israelite, man. But our people will cast that to the side just to be like the heathen. But liking the glory of the Grecians representing Esau, Edom at that time, best of all, by reason whereof more calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose custom they followed so earnestly, and unto whom they desired to be like in all things. So the God of this world, being Esau, Edom, unto this very day has blinded our people, and now our people earnestly desire to be like Esau, Edom, just like back in the old days, wanting to follow the customs of the Grecians, man. Shaving off your beard, okay? Not being circumcised, doing a lot of weird stuff, man, just to be a part of a filthy, low-life nation of people, man. That's pathetic. That's pathetic, man. For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of God, but the time following shall declare these things. Now, when the game that was used every 5th year was kept at Tyrus, the king being present, this ungracious Jason sent special messengers from Jerusalem, who were Antiochians, to carry 300, I think that's drachms of silver, to the sacrifice of Hercules, which even the bearers thereof thought fit not to bestow upon the sacrifice, because it was not convenient, but to be reserved for other charges. This money then in regard of the sender was appointed to Hercules' sacrifice, but because of the bearers thereof, it was employed to the making of Galilees. Okay, so you had our people sacrificing to Hercules, man, trying to be like the heathen. And I think it was Jason, who was a wicked Israelite, who caused our people to wear what's known as hats today. Or I think another name for them would be, what's that, Haley's? Something along those lines. Okay? But anyway, let's go forward, because got to keep the spirit rolling. But our people have always wanted to be like the heathen until this very day. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn to the left. And we're telling our people which way to walk. So really, the option has been given to you. But you constantly want to follow after the heathen, because you don't trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You don't believe that the God of Israel is real. You don't think he's that one true power. You think being of this world, selling your soul to the devil, you know, to get some fame and some fortune for a short time is the way to go. Okay? And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn to the left. So you might have heard this truth walking down the street, driving, on the internet traffic, but we're telling you which way to go. The option's been given. So what you gonna do with it now? Okay? It's been laid out in front of you, so what you gonna do now? We told you which way to go, so what you gonna do? You either gonna follow it or you're not. But if you don't, you're gonna be destroyed anyway. So it don't matter. Okay? Let's touch on the book of Jeremiah, chapter 8. In verse 3. And death shall be chosen rather than life. Because see, we're telling our people which way to go, but our people would rather choose death rather than life, man. Why? Because they're in darkness. They're of this world. And that's why Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai at this present moment is causing division. He's waking up the true believers, and you fake Israelites who claim that you're believers, you being exposed for your bullshit here in these last days, man. A lot of the things that's been done in darkness, all your wickedness is coming to light, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. A lot of you so-called Israelites are being exposed for the frauds that you are, man. Okay? And death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family. What's that evil family? That evil family is representing you Israelites. Okay? Which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, saith the Lord of hosts. Okay, so that evil family is the nation of Israel. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, in verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, so that family, that evil family, is representing you Israelites, man. Okay? You rather choose death rather than life. Here it is, we supposed to be the righteous people, yet we become an evil family, which is really speaking of you wicked Israelites who are separated from the Lord's elect. Okay? And thank Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for that. I couldn't imagine being forced to have to mingle amongst a non-believer who don't care to get this truth. That would drive you mad. But yet, rather, the scriptures is telling you to separate from these stupid niggas, man. That's less stress for you, if you a believer. But if you wishy-washy, if you double-minded, you still gonna be a part of this world. You're not going to want to separate. Okay, you're gonna be proven that you full of crap. Let's go to the book of James, chapter 1, in verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So if you're unstable, you'll still have fellowship with darkness because you are playing both sides of the fence. But playing both sides of the fence, as I like to say, is only going to get you ripped in half by the Lord. Okay, because you can't choose a side. The Lord just going to say, okay, to hell with it. I'm just going to rip this nigga in half since he want to play both sides. AKA, he going to destroy you, man. All right? So that evil family being Israel constantly likes to choose death. This is John chapter 8 and verse 44. And this was Yahweh Shai speaking to some wicked Israelites, some wicked scribes and Pharisees. And I said wicked scribes and Pharisees because not all scribes and Pharisees were wicked. Paul being a perfect example. Paul himself was a scribe and a Pharisee. Okay? John 8 and 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. So you're going to serve idols just like your father the devil. You're going to shave off your beard just like your father the devil. You're going to shave off your head just like your father the devil. And guess what? A lot of the things that the devil does, he takes from the Hamites. He takes from the Israelites. He'll take from the Moabites. And they'll make their own so-called culture. They don't have a fucking culture, man. They're culture vultures. Okay? They pick and pry at what they think suits them, and they'll make their own little culture out of it because they don't have one. And our people do that same thing. You pick from different cultures and try to mesh it to your your liking. You try to make your faith custom made. Well, this faith ain't custom made. It ain't man's decision. Okay? And that's the problem with you Israelites. You don't like authority. So you're going to keep being like your father the devil. You're going to keep being like Cain, the first murderer. Okay? Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father he will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. Why? Because there is no light in him. Hence, you people following after that, you in darkness as well. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So the devil, he'll bring up all sorts of lies and doctrines that are not backed up by the scriptures whatsoever, man. But here's the thing. You Israelites will eat that all up as if it's beneficial to your spirit. All right? That's why the Lord is telling us to separate from y'all, because y'all idiots, man. Y'all are hard to bear. And it's really peaceful to be separated from this world. There's a song by Crazy Bone, I forget the title of it, but he makes mention that he only feels alone when he's amongst people. Basically, we only feel alone when we're amongst you people in this world. When we're amongst the brothers, when we're amongst ourselves, we're at peace, man. But when we are amongst you people in this world, you really start to feel alone because you're totally locked in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right? We're going to stay in the book of John. But now we're going to go to the book of John chapter 10 and verse 27. Ye are of your father the devil, right? But this is for the elect. John 10 and 27. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. So you wicked Israelites, ye are of your father the devil. But us believers, okay, we follow Yahweh Shai. We are of him. And guess what? He knows us by name, personally. Okay? My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. We follow Yahweh Shai, which means we separated from this world. We're going to go to the book of Psalms, chapter 95, and verse 7. Now I'll jump back. The sea is his, and he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for he is our power, and we are the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if ye will hear his voice, so we are the sheep, right? And the sheep hear Yahweh Shai's voice and will follow him, okay? But if you hear what we're saying, okay, if you don't harden yourself and you hear what we're saying, okay, where was I at? Harden not your heart, as in provocation, and as in the day of temptation in the wilderness. So take away that bitterness in your heart towards the Lord, man. And do as he asked of you. Don't be like how the majority of our people were going back in the time of Egypt when they were murmuring against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that 40-year period in the wilderness. Even after seeing the great and marvelous works of the Lord. Okay? You can't be like these people. If ye are of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, when you hear this, you ain't supposed to harden your heart like the majority of our people. Because the sheep hear Yahweh Shai. Let's read this again. Psalms 95 and verse 7. For he is our power, and we are the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if ye will hear his voice, harden not your heart, as in the provocation, and as in the day of temptation in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me, proved me, and saw my work. 40 years long was I grieved with this generation and said, it is a people that do err in their heart, and they have not known my ways. Okay? So the majority of our people are fucking stupid. Okay? Now this is Hebrew Israelite 101 right here. This is the book of Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And we understand the Lord's people are Israelites. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? Make sure we still rolling. It's real bright out here. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. And Israel, you know, well, if you're in your right mind, Israel loved their children, man. So the Lord is like, okay, since you want to try to avoid me, since you want to abhor my ways, since you want to take light of my word, not only am I going to destroy you, I'm going to destroy your children, who you claim to love, which means what? The best thing that you could do if you love your children is to receive this knowledge, man. And not only receive it, you gotta live it. Okay? So the majority of our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And that's why the Lord is raising up his men to come out here in the faces of you people, man. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94 and 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And that's the elect. That's the men of the Lord. That's the prophets. Because the Lord's sheep hear his voice. And the Lord, when he gives you that light, he uses you as a mouthpiece. Okay? Because really, we're not doing nothing. We're just being used, man. Okay? Just like when you pop a woman and you put on that condom can't boast because you're using it. Okay? We can't boast because the Lord is using us, man. We are the mouthpiece of the Lord, and he raised us up to stand up against you evil ass people, you people of this world who are in gross darkness. The book of Proverbs. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 4. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. So you can't say, you know, the men of GMS and the men that follow, we don't keep the law, seeing that we're out here. Because when you're out here, you are contending against Esau. Why would you contend against Esau, but yet you're not trying to obey Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai? That is an oxymoron. The true believers, the true men of the Lord, who come out here and speak this word, okay, guess what? We are contending. We are contending for the faith. We are fighting against you evildoers in the spirit, because this is a spiritual battle, man. What we are involved in is a spiritual war. And the Bibles that we hold, whether it's in our phones, whether our physical Bibles, this is the sword that we're using in battle. And as we swing this sword in battle, we're slaying down all the lies and strongholds of this society. Okay? They that forsake the law praise the wicked, because ye are of your father the devil. Ye are going to forsake the laws of the Heavenly Father and the Son, because you down with the so-called white man. And any Israelite who's down with the so-called white man, who's down with Esau, Edom, you're going to be put to death in due time, when the Lord is good and ready, on the Lord's time. But that time is very soon. Okay? It's going to be very, very soon. But such as keep the law, contend with them. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Evil men don't understand judgment. That's why when people get put to death, people want to cry and mourn, not even considering all the wicked and evil that they've did in their life. They getting all emotional and sad when some wicked ass person gets put to death because they don't understand judgment. But the men of the Lord, we understand judgment. And that's why we give praises to the Lord when you evil people get put to death, man. And that's just what it is. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the Lord has put a cold spirit on his men. Okay, and you got a problem with that because you're a bunch of weenies. You're a bunch of soft, sensitive, well, you're not even men. Okay? A lot of you so-called men today are women in drag. All right? And if you women or you men out there think I'm misogynist, you can misogynist these nuts. All right? Because the Lord is calling men to come out here. Just like that. And we contending against this wicked place, this wicked kingdom, and the king of this wicked kingdom being Esau Edom. And all you Israelites who down with this place, we ain't got nothing to do with you, man. Because you praise the wicked. So you are not our people, man. All you Israelites who are down with Esau Edom, you are not one of us. I don't give a damn if you're us by blood, through the spirit, you ain't one of us, man. Jeremiah chapter 9 and 4. Take ye heed, every one of his neighbors, and trust ye not any brother. Why? Because most of these people within the nation of Israel are of their father the devil. So don't trust these people. Because the scriptures also tell you not to trust your enemy. And Esau is the devil. So if they down with the devil, who is our enemy, which makes them the enemy, you can't trust them. It's easy, man. Take ye heed, everyone his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother, being one of your people. Just because they Israelites don't mean they your people. For every brother will utterly supplant, which is hence where you get the name Jacob. Jacob means to supplant. And every neighbor will walk with slanders. Okay? You got men out here lying on other men just to tarnish their reputation. You got men out here within our people trying to sleep with their brother's wife, man. You got men out here within our people molesting their own children. You got men out here within our own people being involved in witchcraft. And all of these things apply to the wicked of our women too. And there's more women than men. All right? So just because you an Israelite don't make you right. That's the lesson right there. Just because you an Israelite, that don't make you right. Okay? When you're an Israelite, there's conditions that come to this. And the majority of our people are not following those conditions. This isn't an unconditional love, man. This is a love with conditions because true love has conditions. And this is the condition that the Lord is asking for, all right? When you go to the book of Mark, I appreciate you. May the Lord bless you. You're an Israelite. Matter of fact, keep that. Just know you're an Israelite. Y'all Israelite, you're the Lord's people. The Lord favors y'all. All I want you to know is y'all the Lord's people. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Bless y'all. Kahala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. This is that's actually the first time I think I've ever received money out here. Normally that doesn't happen, and the few times that it did, I kind of feel bad, you know, because I don't want to put the impression that I'm getting or I don't want to put the impression out there that I'm doing this for money, because I'm not. I'm not, man. I'm doing this because I wholeheartedly believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and I care, man. I care about my people. Okay, but if you ain't right, I can't hang with you. That's just what it is. All right, but let's get into the condition, man. If you're an Israelite, cool. You're an Israelite by blood, that's cool. But there is a condition. Let's get that in the book of Mark. Somebody says that they're an Israelite, okay? You might say, okay, cool, you're an Israelite. But are you living like an Israelite? This is Mark chapter 3 and verse 31. There came then his brethren and his mother, and standing without, sent unto him. Calling who? Calling Yahweh Shai. And the multitude sat about him, and they said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren without seek for thee. And he answered them, saying, Who is my mother or my brethren? For whosoever shall do the will of God, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother. So all Israel ain't your people. Your people, if you're a believer, are other fellow Israelites who believe. Okay? Now, if you're an Israelite and you may not believe, but you ain't scoffing and scorning, okay? The Lord may wake you up one day. But this is mainly to you Israelites who are on the outside and you talking that nonsense. You taking this lightly as if we just made this up one day. The Lord is going to deal with y'all. But every brother ain't no brother, man. Even if it's your own family. It could be your own blood relative, man. I got, let me see. I want to say I got eight blood brothers, man. And not one of them is in this truth. And not one of them do I hang out with. Because I've separated from them. We don't have nothing in common. There's not much to talk about. Okay? Why? Because it's 7:15? No problem. So seeing that I've separated, it's no different than anyone else.
Keep it up.
I appreciate that. It's no different than anyone else who claims to be a believer. You have to separate from the wickedness of this world. And the Lord is not, you know, trying to make your life harder. If anything, the Lord is helping you out, man. Why would you want to be a part of this filth? Okay? This is the book of John. Chapter 10 and 19. Now let me jump back up. John 10 and 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. And who are the sheep? The sheep are the elect of Israel, because the sheep hear his voice and follow him. You other Israelites, you are of your father the devil, okay? This don't apply to you. But he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming and leaveth the sheep. Like Bishop Nate Satan, man. I don't really speak against that man too much, because honestly, I respect him, because he was in this truth of being an Israelite before I was. He's over me. Let me just keep it real. He's over me, man. But he's not telling our people about the MOTB. He's not telling our people about the grain of rice, man. They're not talking about these things. Here it is, you see the wolf coming, and you're not saying nothing. A wolf is like a beast. But you're not warning our people about the mark of the beast. You're not warning our people about the wolf, because you're a hireling. Okay? Lest ye repent. But he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth, because he is a hireling, and careth not for the sheep. Just like how a damn Judas goat would do. I am the good shepherd and know my sheep, and let me read that again. I am the good shepherd and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep, being the elect, those who have separated from this world. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. Okay? So other sheep, being you other tribes of the northern kingdom, being you other Israelites who are in a Gentile state of mind, you will receive this word, you will receive this light and be illuminated and be transformed back into the sheep of Yahushua. Therefore doth my Father love me, because I laid down my life that I may take it again. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. Man, Yahushua didn't have to go to that cross, man. But he loved us so much, he manned up and he did it. He endured that for us. Okay? And again, this commandment have I received of my Father. There was a division, therefore, again among the Jews for these sayings. So Yahushua's teachings caused division amongst our own people. So how is it, we good? So how is it that we're supposed to just unite with any and everybody when Yahushua himself, when he walked the earth, caused division? And then after causing that division, his mission wasn't to get all those people that was divided and try to mesh them together. That was purposely done. This word brings division. And if you are a believer, you are supposed to separate from this world. If you are a child of light, you are to separate from darkness. Because you're either going to be consumed by that darkness, or you're going to illuminate over that darkness, hence separating. Okay? Let's go forward. This isn't about all unity. Everybody unite and love and hold hands and dance in a circle while saying kumbaya, man. That's not what this is. This is Luke chapter 12. What's that verse? This is the book of Luke, chapter 12 and 51. Suppose ye that I have come to give peace on earth. I tell you nay, but rather division. That's why this word is so controversial, is because Yahushua purposely is bringing division to this world. Okay? And the sheep will hear his voice and follow him. Okay? The sheep, being you Israelites, going further, the elect of you Israelites, the reason why you cleave unto this word is because there is a good chance you are one of the sheep. Okay? This is the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 42 and 24. All things are double, one against another, and he hath made nothing imperfect. So all things are double, one against another. Okay? It's Israel against Esau, or Jacob against Esau, however you want to put it. Righteousness against wickedness, light against darkness. You got hot, you get cold. You got up, you gonna get down. You got the counterpart. Okay? That's how Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has set things up. The yin and the yang, the bing and the bang. Alright? Sirach, receive. Sirach chapter 42 and 24. All things are double, one against another, and he hath made nothing imperfect. One thing establisheth the good of another, and who shall be filled with beholding his glory? So the fact that there's good and evil on earth, that's actually perfect. That comes from the Lord, man. Okay? The Lord controls both sides, good and evil, which also kills that free will doctrine, because there's no such thing as free will. Okay? This is Proverbs 16. Proverbs 16 and verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. So a man may have it in his mind to say, you know what? I'm going to run to the grocery store. But then on his way of going to the grocery store, he ends up coming across one of his old wives, man. Ends up getting her number again. By the end of the night, he popping her. The Lord threw him a bone, so to speak. The Lord put it in his mind to go to the store to get groceries, but instead, he didn't even make it to the store. Somehow, in the parking lot or whatever, he ran into this woman. So his plans got set aside. But it was in his mind to do one thing, but he did another. So you can have it in your mind to premeditate a situation, but really it's the Lord that actually directs our steps. You might say, tomorrow, I want to wake up early in the morning and start my workout. Here it comes, the morning time, you hitting the snooze button, you putting it off. You ain't feeling it. But you told yourself before, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you don't even do it. Because, see, it's the Lord that directs your path. We don't have free will. The Lord is the one that controls everything. All right? So the fact that we believe, the fact that we have this knowledge, this beautiful knowledge, that is from the Lord, man. And he called us. He chooses us. We don't choose him. This is John chapter 15. This is John chapter 15 and 14. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. So your friends are the believers, man. Your friends are not those in this world who are walking in darkness. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. Okay, so the Lord has to choose you. You don't choose the Lord. And anyone who says that they chose the Lord, or I found time and all that, that's a proud and arrogant statement, man. The Lord don't need not near one of us. Okay? So if you're the Lord's friend, let's reflect on that again. This is the book of John chapter 14 and 14. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments. Okay, so if you love the Lord, if you're his friend, if you're of the fold, if ye are of the sheep, ye are going to keep the commandments. And no, it's not going to be done perfectly. Okay? Verse 17. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive. Why can they not receive it? Because they've been blinded by the God of this world. Why was they blinded by the God of this world? Because the Lord did not call them. Okay? Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. So We have the truth. We have the word. And that's why we are to separate from this world. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and close it there. And I'm going to give all thanks and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Warakakwa. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and to all you brothers, man. Shalom. And you few sisters. Shalom.